Chris? Yeah, you're good to go now. Hello. Everybody still eating hot dogs?
Probably.
You think we'll be in the other room next week?
Next week? No. We're going to have Michael Trithart coming next week, so we got a big event. And then we'll be packed. We're moving on the 19th.
We're still at 4 o'clock today, right?
Yes.
Okay. We're moving on the 19th? Okay.
Go ahead and unmute it. Let's go.
Let's go. Okay, y'all ready? Got your seatbelt on? Your seat backs and tray tables in their full and upright position?
We took the oxygen masks out there.
Oh, okay. Hello. Hey, just because you're a guest doesn't mean you can take up all the time. Oh, everybody knows except our guest who Mary Fitek is, right? The compliance guru of the planet, the lady that tells you whether or not you get paid based on whether or not you turn in the right paperwork. I called her this morning and I said, what do I need to be talking about? And she said, well, we've gotten a whole bunch of listing agreements that were signed after the property went in MLS. Okay. Okay, good. There's a couple of people who understood that. Theoretically, unless you intend to pay 3% out of your own pocket to the other broker, you should have a signed listing agreement before you put it in MLS. Because when you put it in MLS, you are swearing to the world
that you have one.
I'm going to pay you.
And you are supposed to have one, I thought, in our MLS that you were.
Yeah. But the real, I mean, when you really tell people what they've just obligated themselves to, it makes more, it hurts more. It is it's much more erratic, yeah. So don't be doing that. And I guess the people that are doing that are not here because most of you looked astonished. And this one, a little probably more common and still not a good idea, a buyer representation agreement signed after a contract is signed. No, let's don't do that. Let's do it earlier. So that's all she wanted to say. And somebody asked, where's Tom? He said, are you? He left. Good. He had things. I got this letter. I bought a house in December, and I've been meaning to bring this back. It's from the Texas, the Comptroller of Public Accounts. Looks very official, right? Okay. It's not in this area. It's in another part of Texas. And what it is a veiled attempt by the comptroller to get me to disclose what I paid for the house. And of course, sales price this is a non-disclosure state. No one can, if your house is not in an MLS, no one can force you to tell anybody what you paid for it. So this looks, and most of your consumers that you deal with probably get this, and they don't have to do this. You see, this is undone. I got this in April. It's still like this, but I want you to see how really, really importantly official it looked. Dear property owner, state law requires the Texas Comptroller's Office to estimate the total taxable property value in each Texas public school district. That's true, they do. That's their problem, not yours. The Texas Education Agency uses these estimates to help distribute state public education aid to these districts. Veiled attempt to say if you don't do this, your local schools aren't going to get no money, right? To ensure our estimates are as accurate as possible, we're asking for your assistance. Deed records indicate that you've bought a property. Please send us these things. When did you close? How much was the price? All of this stuff. Didn't do it, not going to do it. Thought you might want to see that.
You should respond and just send them your commission business card.
While it's still valid.
Exactly.
The Texas Comptroller of Public Accounts, yeah.
And the appraisal district sends one out too.
Yeah,
And I
no.
always tell my people about
That's what it
the
looks like.
appraisal district, and I didn't realize.
This may be because this is out in the hinterland, and their appraisal district may not. I never got anything from the appraisal district. This is all I got.
Belpac sends those out.
Do they?
as well.
Okay.
Bell County.
I just thought y'all ought to know that. Fun
I-
stuff.
I don't know how you advise your clients at closing, but there's obviously gonna be a lot of things. I typically ask them to take a photo of it and text it to me if they get anything. And guess what? That's a couple extra touches with your clients in the next one or 2 months right after the sale, and it's definitely a big value add. So
Oh, yeah,
quick,
huge.
easy thing to advise on, and it's worked well. And my clients actually do it a lot.
Yep. Yep. So, that's it. That's all I was going to talk about. And Tom's not here. He wanted to know if he could ask me questions in front of everybody. You had some probate stuff you wanted to talk about. You want to talk about it later or to the group?
It's very convoluted. The biggest thing that you should know is if you have a property that is going through probate and you have never done a probate deal, talk with somebody in the office and or Avis and make sure that you talk with your title company very, very thoroughly and ask all the questions. You need to have the probate paperwork completed by an attorney and to the title company, yet that still is not your surefire deal of everything. There's a lot of different weird nuances. Especially with foreclosures, reverse mortgages, that can make things extremely, extremely complicated. So, yes, just be aware and do all your digging. Because I had some that I thought we did all of our due research and we were flabbergasted. And, yeah.
Some of the title companies now are not doing errors of affidavitship
Mm.
until they've been deceased for 6 months. Because they want to make sure that, and that's not all of them,
They're really dead?
but they want to make sure all the debts
Oh,
are in.
okay. All the debts are in. Okay.
So they're not doing it, so
Well, I think-
make sure you talk to your title company.
I think us allowing reverse mortgages in Texas kind of is going to create a lot of problems for this whole process because the heirs may not know that they had a reverse mortgage and there ain't no equity in this property. Yep.
I'm dealing with a listing right now. It's been under contract, it's gonna close, and about a week before closing, I got an email from someone that states, half that house belongs to me and my brothers and sisters, blah, blah, blah. Well, my seller's wife died. They had no children together. She died, they've been there like 8 years. They did not have a will, so therefore, they are entitled to have. And I want, can I put a plug in for a title company
Yeah.
who I'm using? It's Independence Title, Hay Legal in Round Rock, phenomenal. They have just taken this and they're doing everything. They've been wonderful to work with.
Not all title companies know every little
I know.
aspect,
Right.
so make sure you're doing your research and asking them what type of deals that they've closed with these specific circumstances that you may have. If not, don't be afraid to go somewhere else, even if it costs y'all time and effort.
So I guess what I learned from that, with his wife dying, I didn't ask him if he had a will. So I should have asked.
Yep.
You know, because then it's out there, so I learned that one.
We're in a community property state, because I'm getting ready to list one where his wife died of cancer, and he said that he's having to file papers with Williamson County and file, they had a will, but community property state's not doing him any good.
Okay.
Oh, this is
So-
what's screwed me over, so it should be doing them plenty good. I mean, they're enforcing it, I mean,
Well, I mean, community property state, you would think once a spouse passes away, that the surviving spouse would have rights to everything.
But that has
Depends
to
on
be,
what the will
that
is.
has to be verified by the court though.
it does have to be their homestead,
It is.
yeah. But yes, it does have to be through, yeah.
She just passed May 12th, so he's still going through these things, but I'm just like going, well, I guess my understanding of community property state may be misled, because I
Do they have an
thought,
attorney that they're working with?
yeah, they do, and he said every time he has to file with Williamson County, it's $500, $500, $500. It's like, good grief. I don't want my spouse to die, I don't wanna have to pay that kind of money.
Paul
But-
Jordan is doing that, and he hasn't had any issues with another one here in Williamson County, if they
Okay.
wanna talk with another attorney.
Does it just, how long does it take? Because he's
It didn't,
ready.
it took them less than 90 days.
Okay.
He's right.
930-9775.
He's around the corner.
He's our attorney.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he's our go-to guy.
yeah, I got,
Paul Jordan, 930-9775.
And we can take questions to him like that
Well,
directly, or?
if you're going to pay, I'm not
course.
going to pay.
Right,
Okay.
of course.
Yes, you can go over there and talk to him, absolutely.
Another seller's disclosure, you have to disclose if there was a death on the property unless it were a violent death. Suicide's not considered a violent death. So if you just pass, your
wait,
time
so
is
you
up.
said
What the
suicide's
property
not?
code
I thought
actually
suicide
What the
was.
property code actually states about disclosing the death is if it was something that was caused due to the structure of the home that caused them to
Property
die.
caused it.
That's what the
Gotcha.
property code states.
Okay.
Property
Now,
caused it.
it's always better to go ahead and disclose because the neighbors are going to.
Oh, yeah.
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 But the
porch
property code
fell
states
on 'em.
only if it was the home
Yeah,
that caused the
porch
death.
fell on them, the water heater blew up, blah, blah, blah.
In Sun City, that probably wouldn't be necessary, would it, to disclose the death?
I always disclose a death because the neighbors will always tell the people.
But I thought that it was, and if someone died of an illness, you would still disclose, I thought it was.
I would always disclose it if there'd been a death in a house, because the neighbors are. gonna
Legally
tell 'em.
speaking, though, because the way the property code
You
is
don't
written,
have to.
you do not have
You do
to.
not have to.
It's their
Just-
choice.
Just know the whole deal could blow up the day of closing if a neighbor tells them. Yep.
Judge, you also have to disclose if it was a criminal matter, because there could still be some pending.
If there's pending investigations, yes.
What about, I had a deal that closed, there was nothing that was pending, yet that person is away for life, yet
In
they.
jail.
Yet they still were part owners of that property, so
Mm-hmm.
we have to disclose that, correct?
Well, you have to go.
They did, I'm just making
Okay,
sure
well,
that.
I'm not sure you have to, but you have to go get them to sign papers in prison to close it.
Or you can do.
Oh, they must have taken it from.
Whoops. Okay, Scott asked me to say these words. The appraisal contingency form is not required. I just said that again, okay.
Once
Is
again,
not
and
required.
can you go online and broadcast that to the entire real estate community of the entire state of Texas? That'd just be great.
Okay. One of the things that we haven't talked about much, but I wanted to mention was is the paragraph 2021 in the contract that is the foreign seller paragraph. You know what I'm talking about? They had a few changes to it. And page 10 of the TAR listing agreement, I think now has a question where the seller has to affirmatively say if they are a foreign person based on the IRS definition, yes or no, right?
Correct.
And when you get a yes, you need to tell people that when they bring you a buyer.
It's paragraph
And-
20.
Okay, thanks. I thought so. For some reason, I thought it had been changed, but I lost my mind. We need to get a list of CPAs that know about foreign status and how to handle that. Kind of like we have a list of inspectors and different things that you give to people, so that you could give that to your foreign seller so they could find out if they're going to have tax implications for the sale of the property. So if anybody has a CPA that you're using, would you ask them if they have knowledge of foreign sellers and the IRS code? And if they do, send me their name and phone number, and we'll start making a list, because then we need to give it to the foreign sellers and say, please go find out whether you're going to have a tax obligation at closing, because you want that known when you take the listing, not the day of closing. Yeah, anybody who's had a foreign seller find that out on the day of closing has not had a closing generally. Maybe just delayed, maybe never. Depends. And not all, and please, I want you to read all you can about it, and I do not want you to be the person that says, oh yeah, you're a foreign seller, it's going to cost you $5,600 $100 to sell this house. Don't even try to learn it like that, because then you become responsible for those numbers. Don't do that. Stop it. Watch my lips.
Sold property in Colorado, you can have 2% unless you live there.
What?
You know, when I list up, when I take a listing and there's two people there and there's only one person
On the tax records?
yes. Or I always look at the chain of title when they tell me that it's just them, because a lot of times you can see on there that they have purchased the home with a spouse, now it's divorced. They got the house in the divorce. Well, both names are on the title. I'll always have title open it up right away so that they can get their spouse to sign the deed, because obviously a deed wasn't recorded.
Yep. Well, and that's one of the challenges for me. It has been for many, many years in our industry, is that family law attorneys are not real estate attorneys. Family law attorneys do divorce and child custody and various things, and they're very good at it when they're good at it. And yet they don't understand always what has to be properly done to divest interest in a piece of real estate from one spouse to the other. Because we've had many, many transactions where there was a divorce last year, 10 years ago, not properly handled. And we have to go find the spouse. And guess what they want now?
It's better to do it before it's listed and
Right.
you put the sign in the yard
Right.
than when you're
Right.
trying to close and they know you're closing.
Right.
Yeah, they know
Right.
what your time frame is.
Right. And they've got you hard, yeah. So just, even if you know people that are getting a divorce, suggest to them that their attorney speak to a real estate attorney and get all of that, or a title company to get all that right. In the best world is when the attorney calls you and says, well, what do I have to do? And you can say whatever you want to say. But Bill Bradshaw teaches a class on this. I don't know if he's still teaching or not, but he could come and teach a class on what it needs to say and what needs to happen. The easiest way is to do a special warranty deed from one spouse to another. What else? Yes, ma'am.
I have a listing that's under contract in Old Town. The property had a ladybird deed to the original owner's children. So it.
What's a ladybird deed?
I don't know. It was some kind of special deed that would just change ownership to the,
Quit claim?
something like that, yeah.
Yeah, no good.
Well, in the terms of the seller's disclosure for the kids that the house was deeded to, how does that work if, I mean, they've never occupied the property, I mean, not since they were kids, and that doesn't count, so what does that seller's disclosure look like? Because I got hammered on a seller's disclosure because every little thing was not mentioned, and if they don't know, they don't know.
So you have this listed. It's now in the hands of children under contract, and they filled out a seller disclosure to the best of their knowledge, which was none.
Pretty much, yeah.
Right? They can't say what they don't know. That's why they have inspections.
Well, and
That's why you say have all the
from a
inspections you want to
compliance
have.
standpoint, though, if we have somebody that's working our contract to close, that's where I got hammered with it.
Oh,
and
it wasn't the other
constantly having
agent.
to take that back to the sellers and ask them, okay, now I need you to do this, okay, now I need you to do that.
But it wasn't an estate. It had been deeded to them at some moment in time.
Yes.
Compliance didn't understand. If they get that nasty, you probably ought to email me, because they may not understand what you're saying. They may not be listening.
Yeah, I just felt like I had to,
Yeah, jump through hoops.
well, then the client had to also, they
Yeah.
didn't do email.
Yeah.
According to this, there's a form called the Texas Ladybird Deed Form. It says the Texas Ladybird Deed Form allows property to be automatically transferred
Yes.
to a new owner when the current owner dies without the need to go through probate. It also gives the current owner retained control over the property, including the right to change his or her mind about the transfer.
Why is it called Ladybird?
I
I
don't know.
thought they have one now called a transfer on death.
Yeah, they've got, that was in 17 or something legislation.
It says a Texas Ladybird Deed Form combines a traditional life estate deed with a retained power to sell.
Wow. Interesting.
That's current, that's not historical stuff.
No, that's correct.
Yeah,
Current,
I'm just
apparently.
thinking, what is that?
I
'Cause,
found
you
it on
know,
Wikipedia. No, I'm just kidding.
I had to look it up too, I just didn't remember the difference.
in my head, Lady Bird is, you know, Lyndon Johnson's wife. So I'm trying to figure out what that has to do with her.
One place I read said that he had used that to transfer property to her. Then I heard
Oh.
from somebody else that it was not
That was-
associated with
That was
so I
a
don't
made-up thing.
But often people who are doing with Medicare and trying to roll
Mhm.
everything together to get the best benefits, they often recommend this
Ah.
Lady Bird deed as a way to communicate.
I've got to go back to school. Paula, you had your hand up.
Yeah, so I have some sellers, he is the only, he's on the deed, she is not, but they're both on the note.
Okay.
So when I go to get hosting agreements and all that are closed, is she,
And they're married?
they are married?
Yeah, you need everybody to sign it. If you don't, you will have to go back and do it over again.
Okay.
What is there form non-recurring spouse or something where I have one where the gentleman, the house is owned by the trust, which was before he married this wife. And we're still getting listing, we hope.
Okay.
But I was gonna check with the title company, and I already told him his wife, because of a joint community property estate, she have to sign something,
Probably.
but that it's still his trust. But, yeah, I thought that there was some form that title companies have where the spouse says, I'm
Yes.
just here.
I recently had closing, the same thing, they just closed, they signed it at closing and it's a done deal.
Okay. Whatever pleases the title company.
Yeah.
We don't have any of them here today, do we?
No.
No?
No.
Okay. Yep.
If you have a listing and you learn that the spouse is in hospice care,
Mhm.
as the listing agent, what's the, I mean, I come from a 15-year HR background, so there's always specific ways you have to ask questions, right?
Mhm.
So what's the right proper way to ask if they have their affairs in order in case something were to happen to him and the house is under contract?
I think you just ask.
Can you?
Have you got a plan?
Yeah.
That's what I would ask. I mean, have you got a plan? Because, you know, if we have this house under contract and something happens, which I'm not wanting to happen,
Right,
we need a plan
okay.
because that's going to delay closing.
It will.
Yeah.
Yes, it will.
Yes, it will.
And it may only delay it a month. It
Yeah.
may delay it 6 months.
Yeah.
I've had one that it delayed 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So if
I just
everything's
wanna make
in
sure I was
line.
asking that in the, legal, you know, like if you ask
The
somebody,
kindest
when
way.
they come to work for you, you can't say, I need your driver's license and social security card. You have to say, I need you to bring your right to work documentation.
Yeah.
You can't legally tell them exactly what you want, so.
You, in this case, I think you just be compassionate about it and say, hey, you know, if something does happen, what's the plan? Do you have one in place?
That's fine. I just wanted to make sure that I was
I'm not aware of any.
wording it so.
Yeah.
It's all good. Next. Y'all are easy today. Sure are easy today. You're the
You got another one?
with all the questions.
Do it.
Okay, do it.
Doing business.
Hey, I'm glad you wrote them down.
If you have, I'm asking for a friend.
Right.
Dead giveaway.
Here.
That's why this is the last question.
If you have a listing that is getting tons and tons of activity, and that friend finds out that that house is surrounded by registered sex offenders, including one that may live next door or 2 doors down, what does that friend tell their seller?
Have you checked the DPS list lately?
Okay. Because my friend is running out of answers. I'm running out of answers to tell the seller. And I just was doing some,
Well, there's a reason. I
looking
mean,
around.
the history of all that is there was the possibility at one time that you would have had an obligation to keep up with that and to tell people that.
correct.
And we were able to lobby our way into just having on the seller disclosure a reference to the place online
Right.
where people can go check it for themselves.
Correct.
Because the hard part about that sort of situation is that often these people move quite often. So
Right.
who is there now may not be there tomorrow. And so for you to say affirmatively, next door to me is this, and they move out you created a problem for yourself you shouldn't have. So to leave
Yeah.
it so the consumer has to check it. I would figure out a way to say, have you ever looked at on the seller disclosure, you'll see this thing for buyers to look at, and I want you to know that if a buyer looks this up, you need to see what they're going to see.
Okay,
Okay?
that's good.
Because that might impact the offer they would make on this property.
I don't even know why the curiosity got the best of me that day, but it did.
Okay.
And it was lit up like a Christmas tree.
Well, I mean, you could start door knocking and ask if they have friends that want to move there.
That's okay.
Oh my God, stop. That's,
So I did some last Monday, a week ago yesterday, I taught a class
Desperate times.
in Huntsville. I'd never thought about this before, but they said if they check the sex offender list for a house, it takes all day because they've got all those prisons
Mm-hmm.
and so many people in the prisons, that's their address. And so their house, if the house is close to a prison, it's next to 3,722 sex offenders. You know, and they're going like, ah! And so you have to, and I had never thought about that. Why would I think about that? I'd never worked in Huntsville. But an interesting little geographic weirdness about things.
Well, and when you're working with your buyers, I mean, that may be something you want to reiterate to them is
Right.
you might want to look these things up because this could affect resale value later.
Well, I mean,
Jamie, have you gotten any feedback from showings, that that's the reason that?
no, I have
Did you
not.
share that, with your seller?
I actually haven't. That's the crazy part. So I thought, well, certainly buyers
Make up your mind.
agents are doing their due diligence to educate their clients on what they should do when shopping for a home, but I haven't gotten anything
Because
back.
if you did, then you could share that with your seller, and say, no, they love the house, but
Yeah.
did you know?
Mhm.
That's what they say.
And it's the clean market, so I mean, there's, you know, it's not the same market here at
Okay.
all, so.
It's possible anywhere.
Mhm.
Okie dokie. I think it's appropriate for that to be the last question.
What's the
What's the what?
DPS?
It's a
list?
DPS website. What is it?
It's familywatchdog.com.
Oh,
Or
familywatchdog.com.
you could just Google
And
it.
there's
There's another
Megan-
website on
Megan's
there.
list.
It's not called that on
Yeah,
there.
Texas
That's
DPS,
the
something around work, blah, 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 yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, Ava.
Have fun at TAR.
Find out what's going on with them.
All right. Here you go.
We can start right this second?
We'll go ahead and get started, yeah. Let me just,
Oh, you have extra bullet points.
it is.
Hearing me?
Let's see.
Mumble?
Nope, not yet. Push the button.
Okay, good. Hold on, let me figure this out. How does it go on? Or just pull it apart? Oh, I pinch it.
There we go.
And then when do you go over, is that, tell me about it, is that listings and stuff, so
Yeah.
you'll be here for all that? So
Yeah.
I just do the achieve portion.
Mm-hmm. And then talk about yourself.
So unmute, is that the one?
Yep. There you go. All you
Okay.
gotta do is hit that button. Good morning! Let's try it again. Good morning! It's good to see you all this morning. Kristen is going to go ahead and get us started. I've got to run to a really quick meeting, but I'll be right back. So go ahead, take it away, Kristen. Do I have something on? I was rolling around in the hay
Thanks
earlier.
for having
so.
us back, literally. Awesome. Well, good morning. I'm really excited to be here. I know some of you know me, and I know some of you are anxious to know who I am. I'm going to play this wonderful John Maxwell video, and then we'll kind of have a chat about who I am and what am I doing here. All right. Shh, don't tell him yet. All right.
Hi, welcome to Minute with Maxwell. The word today is achieve. I think every one of us want to achieve something in life. It's a sign of success. It means that we, quote, crossed the finish line, that we did what we expected to do, and maybe not only did what we expected to do, but even did it a little bit better than others expected. So we achieve. It's a great word. It's really, it's an American word. And it's an American word in the fact that we're full of entrepreneurs. We're full of people who want to reach their goals and meet their goals, and they set goals. And
I'm still getting used to the mic thing. That's pretty fancy. Okay, so achievement. Scott put that video together, and it's very humbling for me because I feel like it's been a journey for me to get to this part. Some of you have been very close part of that, so thank you. So who am I? My name is Kristen Wood. I am your new assistant team leader and coach here in the Georgetown Market Center, which I'm super excited. And I say here because I know we're kind of transparent here. We're moving over there pretty soon, so we'll have new offices, and I'll be the second on the right. So my door should always be open unless I'm having a private conversation. You guys can always come in. Hey! All right. So just personal about me. I have been in the Austin area, gosh, now for about 17 years. And I moved from California. I'm a transplant. Native Californian, and I'm very happy to be in Texas. I married a Texan, so here I stay. We've been married for 15 plus years. Come on in. We have 2 beautiful children, a son, Ryan, he's 13, and a daughter, Lillian. She's pretty spunky, she's 4. And we have 2 new additions. We have standard poodles that we just brought in. I have an 8-month-old and a 9-week-old poodle. So yes, I love a challenge. And about me as an agent, I've been an agent at Keller Williams Round Rock for the last just about 4 years. I started there as a expansion director for a team out of San Antonio. It was a mega team. They did about 45 million production a year, and so I was kind of put in place to build the Austin market. As time went on, I just kind of went out on my own and got heavy into real estate, and so here I am today. A couple other things about me. Let's say I had to write it down so I don't forget some things because I'm busy. A lot of people are like, you're everywhere. I can't help it. I love real estate and I love people, more importantly. So I spent 3 years on the ALC over in Round Rock. I chaired the growth committee, the career development committee, and then this year I was on finance committee, head of that. I was in the top 20% of the office. I am involved at the board pretty heavily. I started my 2nd year in real estate working on committees. I was on 5 different committees. I was on TreePack and continue to be on TreePack, major investor and President's Circle contributor. So I spent about $3,000 a year investing in realtor and homeowners' rights. If you want to know more about that, most of you know you can come talk to me. I'd be happy to tell you how to get involved. And then I was in governmental affairs, events committee, community service, and this year I chair the finance committee as your sitting treasurer for Williamson County. I was also on the board last year. I sit on 2 boards or 2 committees for the state. I'm on your career development committee as well as your professional standards committee. And I work really hard to travel to all the national events that I can. Oftentimes they coincide with KW events, which I attend first. So all of that to say that I did all of that because I love people and I love to serve. And so when this opportunity came about, I really jumped at the chance, 1, to work with phenomenal leadership that you have here that really cares about the people, and 2, because it fills my bucket. I actually like to support others more than I like to do for myself. Just who I am. And so my goals here for you guys are, one, to support you in anything that you need. Find the opportunities, fill the gaps, create systems, do whatever it's going to take for you guys to be successful in your business. I can work one-on-one. I work all hours of the day. You guys will all have my phone number. This afternoon, I'll be sending out an email, and that email will have a Calendly link. It's really easy. You just click on it, and you can pick a time to meet with me one-on-one, and we're going to talk about who you are and what you need, because that's why I'm here. If you have a team, I'd like to meet with the Rainmakers first, and then I will, with your permission, meet with your team to develop systems and goals and training, so that way they can go back to the team and be cultured and kind of get into business as fast as possible. So that's a lot about me. Any questions about who I am or my experience, or just want to know more? Anybody? Debbie?
I know, and I want to talk about this lady.
Aw.
I give her credit for me, well, my husband's the one who told me to give her a mistake. And I told him I'd go to school, but I'd take the test one time. If I didn't pass it, that was it. Don't ask me again. That was what I was going to do. I met her, we went to class together almost 4 years ago. We were in classes. And she was my friend through the whole time, helped me, and about 2 days before I went for my exam, she met me at the Brown Dog Library one night for like 4 hours and crammed my old brain and had been in school 35 years. I owe it to her for helping me pass that test.
Aw, she's super sweet. I love Debbie. She has a special place in my heart. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I can't help it. I love people. Okay. Anybody else have any questions of me? All right. Well, I hope that y'all take advantage of the time that I have here, which is I'm pretty much here 8:30 to sometimes 6. So just please pick my brain. I can meet you here. I can meet you where you're at. And just I want you to use the services that are now here for you. So, and sometimes I don't even know what those look like yet. You tell me what you need and we'll develop them. I actually think we have a visitor. So, Santa?
I didn't put the beard on because it's way too hot today, guys. What quarter is it? What quarter is it? It's the third quarter, but what quarter really is it? It's the fourth quarter for your business, right? So I wanted to dress like Santa so you start thinking about Christmas. That's all. Because it's how many days away? How many days away is Christmas?
I don't know.
How many more days until Christmas?
It's 168 days.
168 days until Christmas. So yeah, less than 180 days. That means you better start getting ready. We'll start singing Christmas carols pretty soon. No, but I wanted you to think about it. It's Christmas in July. The reason they started Christmas in July to begin with was actually for people in retail to be focusing on the fourth quarter, because that's when they really start doing getting all of their inventory in and things like that. And for us, it's really when the fourth quarter truly starts is in July, because that's when we start meeting those clients that are going to be in homes in October, November, and December, because it's a 90-day business cycle, right? And at the end of our team meeting today, we're going to have a special guest that's going to join us, even more special than Santa. Rudolph will be here, yeah, wearing his red nose and everything. That's going to talk to us about Bold and what that can do for your business. And she's going to spend about 20 minutes with us via a video conference. And it's an incredible lady. She's done incredible things with her business and was able to reach the top 1,000 agents in all of Keller Williams in a very short amount of time. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. But right now, I wanted to kind of share with you a little bit about what our vision is for Kristen and I being able to work together with the entire leadership team here in Georgetown. It's going to really allow me to focus on more of the broker-related type questions and things like that Avis deals with from time to time right now. And it's going to be able to allow me to return phone calls and text messages and things like that much, much faster, because we've reached a place in our office here where I just can't do it all. And I've been attempting to do as much as I possibly can. And there's some things where I've been failing miserably at that I can now focus more on those things that are the most important, like returning those phone calls and meeting with everyone that's already part of our company in more determined settings for us to really dig down on issues and get to know one another and really help you to build your businesses here in Georgetown. And it's going to allow Kristen to focus on all of our new agents and the needs that they have and helping people to really develop that runway and get off the ground quickly. And she's going to be able to focus completely on that. So we're really, really excited about it.
Thank you. I'm excited to be
Are there any questions that you guys have about any of it?
So as a personal friend and
Yeah.
business associate, you've really hired a next door accountability partner.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I truly have.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I think it's great because with all the growth we've had,
Yeah.
this has to grow as well. I think it's wonderful that y'all did this.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, you got the clicker? Oh, here it is. All right, let's go on to the next thing. You guys all have Kelly on your phone, right?
Yes.
All right, well, I want to play another quick video about Kelly. This was created by a Keller Williams agent who absolutely loved it.
No, not Kelly Clarkson, the Kelly app. She's the first AI partner that knows all about real estate and your business. Manage your database, track your goals, check your schedule, and grow your referral network anytime, anywhere. Kelly simplifies your life, helps you run your business, and doesn't take vacations, unlike me. With Kelly, you can discover new content and find and follow associates, like John Davis. He's the CEO. If I were you, I wouldn't waste any time downloading Kelly.
Here we go.
No, that's Kelly Ripa. You can download Kelly on the App Store or Google Play Store today. Kelly, it's me. Yes, hey. I just got them to download. Now they're gonna love it. You owe me. No, you do. Bye-bye.
All right, so go ahead and take your phones out. I want to make sure that every single person not only has it on their phone, but also is ready for a new feature that will be coming out to you guys really soon. And the only way to get that feature is by using the app. So go ahead and take your phone out. If you don't have it, it's okay. I'll help you with it later. But go ahead and take it out. Who has, raise your hand if you already have Kelly on your phone. Okay, if you don't, go ahead and download it. Go to the Google Play Store or the iPhone Store and just type in K-E-L-L-E. K-E-L-L-E. It's going to be like a turquoise type colored icon. Looks a little bit like that one right there. When you click it, it'll look like that. Your username and password is going to be whatever your mykw.kw.com login is. If you don't know it, we can work on it later. And you can use, like, if you have like Face ID or your thumbprint scanner, you can use that later to log back into it. Just make sure you enable that feature.
Wait, what is it on the app?
K-E-L-L-E.
Man, I get so many things. Oh, Kelly app. It's like
Should have a blue, like a turquoise color, and then the KW in white.
got it.
I'll give you another minute to go ahead and do that.
It's the download speed.
The download speed?
Everybody's starting
crashing the network.
Well, I'll tell you what. It's going to be much faster in our new building. They've actually been down there working on it the past couple of days. So, yeah. We're going to have gigabit internet.
And the beautiful part about Kelly is she works a lot like Siri. So for those of you who often live in your cars,
Yeah.
You can just be like, hey, Kelly, I need this contact, or hey, Kelly, contact Kristen, and she'll pull up my information and call me automatically if you don't already have me in your contacts list.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really a phenomenal system.
All right. Y'all there? Okay, so here's what you're going to do. Where it says enter a message, I want you to type in 2 words, create and contact.
Do you want to end in the middle or just create contact?
Just create contact. And then hit enter.
Are you sweating in that outfit?
I know,
yet?
I was just
Not
thinking.
yet. It's not too bad yet. Give me 20 minutes.
I know.
But it's not clear without a suit on.
Yeah.
All right, so once you've done that, okay, so you're already good. Perfect. Let's check yours.
We're
You're still
installing.
downloading it. Okay. Once you hit the words create contact on there, and you hit the enter button, if you're already a member of Command, it's going to just prompt you to go ahead and enter contact details. If you're not, it's going to ask you if you'd like to join the lab for it. And there will be a big green button down at the bottom. Hit that green button. That green button will give you access to Keller Command in about 24 to 48 hours. And that's where you can start putting your entire database. And Command is going to be the main source of all of your contact database, probably within the next 6 months. But if you start doing it now, you're going to have a real leg up on everyone else because you're going to have early access to it. And you're going to be able to do things like, if you're driving down the road, you can just say, hey, Kelly, when was the last time that I talked to John Smith in my database? And it's going to tell you when the last time you talked to him was and whatever notes were on there. And then it's going to say, would you like to contact this person now? And then you'll just hit the phone button or you'll hit the text message button and you'll be able to send a message to them directly through there. We got a fire alarm going off. Awesome. I have no idea. Oh, here in the hallway?
Yeah.
Okay, so once you have that on your phone and you have those features, you're going to be able to log all of your contacts with your entire database right through that app. So as soon as that phone call is done, it's going to pop up with a notification and say, would you like to add any notes about the phone call you just finished? And you'll be able to go right there, type in whatever notes that you had about it, or even just push the button and say, talk to John Smith. He's going to be ready to buy in 2 months. Add him to a smart plan. And the smart plan that you'll be able to create is a plan that says, hey, you know, over the next 2 months, send him information about what he needs to do to get his home ready to sell. And you're going to be able to come up with custom plans, or you'll be able to use ones that other people have already created, and you'll be able to just send out things directly through them, through text messaging, through email, and a bunch of different ways to contact your database.
Can I make a comment?
Please.
So the other thing that you'll notice, especially if you just signed up or you may have recently logged in and notice that you have a lot of notifications from people across the country, it's a great way to build your referral network. Okay, so you'll have notifications pop up that say, you know, John Smith would like to be in your referral network. And once you accept that, then all of those contacts from all over, well, probably internationally, will be there in your referral network. So when you have that referral last minute and they go, oh, you know, I want to buy in Destin, Florida, then if you have that contact already in there, then you would hopefully have made contact verbally with them and know who they are. And then you just reach out and it's all done electronically. It helps out the MCAs, your referral fees. It's all managed on the back end without having to do all the extra paperwork. So, you know, just be aware that you're going to see those notifications. You can quiet them. And yet, don't you want to be the one who gets the referral? So make sure that you're accepting them and also going out and finding referral partners of your own too.
Correct, because there's a new feature that's available right now through the referral network where you can actually broadcast a referral. So let's say you needed somebody immediately, and we'll use Destin, Florida. You could you could choose about 25 different people off the list and send it out and say, hey, I've got this one referral. Whoever responds to it right away, you're going to go ahead and get it. So like if you wanted like a 30% referral for that, and you send it out to all those different people, whoever clicks on it first and says, hey, I'm interested, or I think you can let up to 3 people go ahead and choose it, and then you can call them and say, hey, you know, I just want to make sure you're the right fit for my client. They could all go ahead and accept it, and then you'd already have that referral created and the agreement already signed and everything. The other reason that the referral network is so great is because it's going to give us real-time data about where people are moving to and from in the country. So we're going to have migration maps that we'll be able to see within our own ecosystem. So like we'll be able to see if there's a bunch of people moving here from Raleigh, North Carolina, or Los Angeles, California, and we'll be able to see all that information in real time. Why is that important? Because it allows you to start going out and building those relationships from places that we already as a company see are really hot in those markets, so that now you know, hey, I really need to go and build 10 really strong relationships with people in the LA area because there's a lot of businesses moving from there to Austin. So that's why the whole referral network was really created. Was yes, it's an awesome way for us to be able to send and receive referrals, and it's an even more awesome way for us to track and see exactly where people are moving to and from. So,
Awesome.
Anything else? Any other questions you have about that?
Closing a transaction through it already.
Yeah.
I mean, just by the power of that referral network and the agent calling to interview me, I got a friend in Florida because of, I mean.
Yeah.
It's, so spend time on that referral network tab.
Good. All right, anyone else? Perfect, let's move on to the next thing. So that I was just going to talk about Labs. That's their cute little logo. And that's how you guys all just joined it if you click that connect button on the app. All right, so what's going on in the Market Center? Building update. We are doing our final walkthrough today at 4 o'clock. So we're super excited about that. We're going to go and use our little blue tape. I've been over there a bunch of times. So there's not much blue tape that we're going to need. And then they're doing the parking lot. They should be starting on the parking lot today. Our original move date was supposed to be tomorrow, but because of the fire alarm in the hallway, we're not able to do it. No, I'm just kidding. Because of the parking lot not being able to be finished because of a couple things that needed to be delayed inside. Parking lot will be done by the end of the week, which will allow us to move on the 19th. So the 19th is going to be our moving day. We'll be getting everything over there that day. All you have to do if you have an office here in the building is just pack up your stuff in boxes. All of the other stuff will be taken for you. Even the boxes that you put your stuff in will be taken for you. You just have to box any small stuff that you have up. So you don't have to worry about moving everything on your own. We've got it all taken care of for you. And then
were there boxes that were available?
Yes, we do have boxes available for you. And you should just be able to see Donna, and she should have some. And then, so that'll be on the 19th. And then next Tuesday, we will not have a team meeting because everything in here will be boxed up. And we'll have our first official team meeting the following week in our new building, which would be on the, whatever day that is, the Tuesday, the, whatever it is.
24th.
24th.
24th,
Yeah.
there you go, Tuesday the 24th. Yes, sir.
So does that mean we should start using new address for our contracts?
Yes, you can go ahead and put 1003 South Austin Avenue on your contracts, business cards, any materials you order. They can have 1003 South Austin Avenue on them. 1003.
Just if you close them within the next
Make
week.
sure you do 1003 South Austin Avenue, because if you don't and you put 1003 North Austin Avenue, everything will end up at the rec center.
Nice.
You'll never see it again.
Exactly. Yes, ma'am.
Will mail be forwarded?
Mail will all be forwarded, yes. Okay. We're going to do a blanket mail forward starting August 1st to the new building.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we still have a lot of stuff 823 South Austin Avenue.
Yeah. There'll probably be stuff that's delivered here by accident from time to time, but yeah, it'll be okay. Yes?
How does access to the new building work, like on weekends when we're closed?
So here's how that's going to work. Everyone's going to be given a code. You'll have a code to get in the door, just kind of like what the Round Rock building was, and we'll have all of that working. We're supposed to meet with the people on Friday this week to get it all set up and going. But you'll have your own code to be able to get in the building anytime you need to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Debbie?
Okay.
Okay. All right, next thing we got is our ALC meeting for this month has moved dates by one day. We're moving it to Monday because of another event that we've got going on the 17th. So it'll be Monday at 11 o'clock. We'd love for you to come and join us for that. It's going to be in here. If you are going to come and join us for that, just let Donna know right now because we're going to have somebody bring lunch for us, and we'd love to make sure that you have lunch that day too. So that'll be on Monday at 11 o'clock. And then on Tuesday, this is something I'm really, really excited about. And I have a video that I'm going to play about what Michael Trithart is going to be talking about. So if we'll just watch that video real quick, it'll tell us what the class is all about. This is a class you don't want to miss.
Georgetown, Texas, this is Michael Trithart, Keller Williams Master of Faculty, and we have a powerful day coming your way on Tuesday, July 17th. From 9 to 12 is going to be Become Google Great. This is a 3-hour Trek certified course, so you're going to get credit in addition to the knowledge. This is a hands-on workshop on many items that Google provides to real estate professionals. Some of these have earned agents across the United States an extra $100,000 annually, year over year for many, many years. So this is definitely a class you do not want to miss. Afternoon session from 12:30 to 3:30 is Discover Your Facebook Goldmine. Again, 3 hours of CE credit for Texas real estate agents. And this is going to show you how to lead generate the right way with Facebook. Both of these sessions are open to all real estate professionals and quite honestly open to all businesses and industries because these techniques are business-wide, not just real estate specific. So bring some friends, pack the house, and I will see you guys on Tuesday, July 17th.
So, somebody asked me this morning, I have a social media person that I'm working with, can I bring them? Absolutely, this would be a great class. If you have somebody who's going to be working on social media or if you have an insurance person that you're friends with, all of these strategies and things that he's going to teach us in this class can be used for anyone. Obviously, only real estate agents will get continuing education for it, but you can bring absolutely anyone to this class. It's $79. You can sign up on connectkw.com. There's a link on the front page. Just click that link and it'll take you directly to where you need to sign up for this class. It's going to be at the Georgetown, not the Chamber of Commerce, but the Georgetown Community Center. No, not the it's, goodness gracious, which building is it?
Is it the one where we have our February?
The St. Gabriel Community Center is where it is. Yeah, it's over by the by the park.
Is that
Correct.
where we did Mardi Gras?
No, it's
Well, that's the community.
then it's not the community center.
I think it said the rec center whenever I signed up, because I actually signed up yesterday.
Did it say the rec center? Okay.
So I was wondering if we had the address wrong, that South Austin Avenue instead of North Austin.
Does it say
It says Georgetown Park and Rec Building. Yes.
Georgetown Parks and Rec Building? There you go. It's over by the. It's okay. Thank you for clarifying that for me. It's over by the
It's small too.
the animal shelter, not the Williamson County one. The Georgetown Animal Shelter. It's kind of over there. There's a correct by the not far from the rodeo, but
It's 1101, yeah, 1101 North College Street.
there you go.
Is it right there?
I'm sure we'll make sure to send out kind of a notification the day before. with
Eventbrite will
directions.
also send you an email when you register.
The Google will get you there.
Yes.
Yeah, the Google. The Google. Yes, the Google will get you there.
Or the Waze.
Kind of like the Facebook.
Any other questions about that?
So it's $79 for CE credit or for anybody? I mean, you have an assistant coming?
Yeah.
It is 12:30.
Yes.
It's 9 to noon and then 12:30 to 3:30.
So you don't do the whole day?
And lunch is included.
Did I answer your question okay?
Yeah, so 9 to
Noon and then 12:30 to 3:30.
Correct. Yes, ma'am.
3 hours for the whole day?
It's 6 hours total of continuing education.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I pay somebody for a recap? We're going on vacation.
I'm sure you can.
You have a much deserved vacation taken.
$79 for the entire day. All 6 hours of continuing education is included for the $79, and you get lunch. So you can think of it this way: you're paying $79 for 6 hours of CE, or you're paying $79 for lunch. Whatever, however you want to do it. Correct. There you
There's
go.
that.
All right. Any other questions about this? Perfect. All right. Let's move on to the next thing. Bold. We got Bold coming up. How many of you taken Bold before? How many of you taken Bold again? Perfect. Good. All right. So we got a few of you, and when we have the call in a little while, I'm sure a lot of you guys will think about some of the things that she's got to say in that as well. But it's an awesome class. What was your first experience like in Bold?
Oh, I was maybe 4 months into the business when I first took Bold, and it was like drinking out of a fire hose. And it really, so my first year in real estate, I had an 8-month-old and I was going through cancer. And so I took Bold. It was very emotional because that's when I really started going through my treatments. And it just really propelled me. My second Bold, I did $3.5 million in 3 months right after Bold. And so the first one worked on my mindset. The second one really pushed me into production. So,
Yeah.
and now I'm 5 times Bold, soon
Good.
to be 6.
There you go.
It'll be fun.
Anyone else have any experiences they want to share about Bold?
Come on.
Yeah.
The one thing that I can say about Bold, it's like with any training program, when you're in it, you're held accountable. And when you're out of it, you may lose that accountability unless you have an accountability partner.
Correct. Correct.
So if you're somebody who needs your handheld,
Your handheld and your ass prodded.
yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I opened and closed 2 transactions in my first Bold, and I was just under a year in the business. And then my second time I took Bold, I had my first $1 million month 90 days later.
It's phenomenal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
So there's a saying in Bold that no man ever walks through the same river twice, for he's not the same man and it's not the same river. And so oftentimes I get the question, why do you continue to take Bold sometimes twice in a year? And it's one, accountability, as Sherry was saying. And two, it's because every time I'm in a different place in my life or my mindset, sometimes it works on me personally, sometimes it's just business, it just depends on the day. So I would say that it doesn't matter how well you're doing in your business currently, we could always be doing something a little better or feeling a little different that propels us either personally or professionally. So I think it's a great opportunity to continue that mindset shift once or twice a year, in my opinion.
Yeah, the first time I took it, we had just had Savannah, and I needed to do what do they call it? Shit or get off the pot, and I really needed to make it happen. So I just went crazy, and I didn't let any of the outsiders tell me what it was really going to be about. I just went in there and did exactly what they told me to. I got 17 under contract and closed 9 of those during the 7 weeks that we were in Bold. So it can really do it. You were in that class with me, right?
I was going to say,
yeah.
You were our team leader.
Yep.
And I knew from that day that there was something special about Scott, because they said, who wants to be the leader? And all of us looked and I don't know.
What are they paying you today?
Lunch.
Free lunch.
There you go. Yes. Come next Tuesday, we'll give you free lunch. Yeah.
Since the idea of team leaders within Bold has been brought up,
Yeah.
and it not be the same river, it's not the same class. It's a similar agenda, same agenda, but it's not the same class because it's the makeup of the people.
Yeah.
And your experience has a lot to do with who that team leader is.
Mm-hmm.
So if you choose not to be one, make sure your team chooses the right team leader.
Yeah.
Because not everyone in the same class has the same experience.
Correct.
That's right.
Absolutely. All right. So we'll talk a little bit more about Bold in about 9 minutes. For the first 15 people that sign up, we've got 4 signed up already, so we have 11 more spots. You'll be reimbursed for it in 2 transactions. So it's $799 for the class, and we'll reimburse you at the closing of your first 2 transactions that you get under contract after the first step to Bold. So it's basically free. We want you to have some kind of investment up front to make sure you're holding yourself accountable to it. Yes, ma'am. So it's going to be on Mondays, and it's going to be from 8:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon.
Mondays only?
Mondays only, correct. With the exception of Labor Day week, we'll be doing it on a Tuesday that week. It's going to start on August 6th. 7 total weeks, but we're going to do the first step, then we're going to skip a week because Mega Camp is going to be happening during that time, and then there will be 6 following weeks after that. Yeah. Anyone else? All right, perfect. So Rising Stars, we're going to do that every single Monday at 10 o'clock in the morning. Right now we're doing it at Cianfrani's. Next week we'll also do it at Cianfrani's. And then the following week after that, we'll be able to do it in our new home. So yesterday you guys talked about what, open houses?
Open houses.
And how was it?
It was. I feel like it was a great conversation. Yeah. You know, there were a lot of wonderful questions, and really it's all about personal experience with everything that you're going through, right? And it's nice to sit in a group and hear what other experiences are, because that's how we grow. So we had 6 wonderful people there. I see a couple out in the crowd. What do y'all think? What did you get from it?
It was great.
Yeah?
It was great. It showed a lot of good information, good dialogue. I enjoyed it.
Good.
Good. And they're already, I mean, some just very recent in the business, just out there doing open houses, which is a great way to build your database, which is the key to your retirement someday, just saying. So it's a great opportunity. It doesn't matter how long you've been in the business. I know it's Rising Stars. We'd love for you to come out and have a conversation with us.
Yeah, and next week you're going to continue on open houses.
Yes, next week's going to be marketing and scripts, because obviously the whole goal in an open house, well, there's 2. 1, to sell the house that you're in, and 2, to pick up a client, right? So it's about scripts on how to have those conversations and close the right number of times so you can get the appointment right then and there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And then anything that you guys want to have a class about, you just let one of us know, and we'll incorporate that into the upcoming Rising Stars classes. So if you say, hey, you know, I really want to learn about for sale by owners or something like that, we will make that one of the topics for our Rising Stars classes. The whole point of these is to help you with what you want to know and what you need to know. So you just let us know, and we'll make sure that it happens. Any questions about Rising Stars? Perfect. All right, let's go on to the next thing. Oh, hey, you want to tell us about this since you're here today?
Don't mind the date on there, it's actually the 10th.
Yeah,
not yesterday.
it's not yesterday, it is today.
Hi, everybody, I'm Amanda with TNT. We have a networking at El Monumento today from 4 to 6. We'd love to see all your pretty faces.
Yeah, it's called Let's Taco About Real Estate.
Love it.
Get it? Taco About. There you go. So that's going to be from 4 to 6 at El Monumento, right up the road. They've got some awesome margaritas there.
Pretty tasty, I heard.
Yeah, the water's not bad either.
Thank you.
So we'll see you this afternoon from 4 to 6 for that.
Yeah.
And as soon as the walkthrough's over, I'll be there to join you guys. Bruce, our tech guy, is going to have a tech orientation, and that's going to be on the 18th, starting as soon as the orientation is over. I think he starts at like 10:30 in the morning that day, and then goes through about 3:30 that afternoon. So if you want to get fully immersed in all of the tech that we have to offer as a company, come and join us for that. If you can't make it that day, call or text Bruce and just say, hey, I'd like to schedule an appointment with you. And he'll be here in the office on Thursday this week, and then Wednesday next week, and then Thursday the following week. So you can schedule as much or as little time as you want to with him. And I know there's a lot of you guys that already take advantage of that. Just wanted to make sure that you know that it's still out there and available to you.
What are the items that he covers? Again, it's been so long.
He covers eEdge, he covers Kelly, he covers Dotloop. He covers just the transaction process and what it needs to look like.
If you need your computer set up to the printers, he can do that.
Yeah, he can do that.
What time is he doing the, you said he's gonna.
The tech orientation, it'll be
Yeah.
from about 10:30 in the morning till 3:30 in the afternoon.
When's the next one after this one?
I'd have to look at the calendar.
Oh,
It's
I
on
can take a look.
it's on georgetowntraining.com. It's usually every other week that there's an orientation. So
The new agent orientation and the tech orientation are here?
same day here, yes.
Okay.
They'll be here, and that'll be the last orientation in this building, and then we'll all have to get orientated with the other one. So I'm finding some puns today, and I kind of like it. All right, so we've also got our ice cream social that's going to be held on Friday, August 3rd. We've still got some details that we're working out for that, but that's going to be in the parking lot at our new building. Feel free to invite your clients for that. We're going to do some homemade ice creams that night. We'll also have the Kona Ice people coming, and we'll be showing a movie on the side of the building. So if you want to make it a family night there in the parking lot, there's also going to be, it's going to be First Friday down here on the square. So there should be a lot of people up here the last few First Fridays I've been up here. I have not been able to find a parking spot. So it should be a really good night for you to invite your clients out to do that. It's just another kind of client appreciation party that we wanted to put together for you guys to be able to invite to your database to. Yes?
Do you have anything like that that you can email out?
Yeah, absolutely. We'll have a flyer to you guys by tomorrow afternoon.
What time?
Yes.
Can you make it like something this big so we can stick it in personal notes?
Yeah, I'll just make it the I'll make it the Instagram size, because then it'll print like a square. And yeah, we'll make it that size.
What time is that on Friday?
It's going to be I think we're doing 7:30 to 9:30 that night is I believe what we have scheduled. After your bedtime?
It's an ice cream social and a movie night?
Uh-huh. Any other questions about that?
What's the movie?
We have not decided yet. Did you guys know that they're also, Jumanji would not be a bad one. I might have to edit a couple of parts out, but yeah, that's a hilarious movie. Did you guys know that at the San Gabriel Park on Friday nights, they have movie nights down there? And this Friday night, I believe, is The Sandlot. The only reason I know that's because I'll be there on Friday night. So they do them every Friday night in the San Gabriel Park.
Where? In the park?
Just in the park. Call my wife and ask her. I just know that I'm going. 512-797-8863. There you go. She'll be fine. Any other questions about the ice cream social we're having? Good. I could really use some ice cream now. It's getting really hot. All right, and then tell us what's going on. Anyone have any new listings they want to tell us about? Go ahead.
I have a new listing that just went live on Friday. It's 3645 Bainbridge. It's in Highlands at Mayfield Ranch. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath with a study. It has a bonus room in between the 2 secondary bedrooms and a Jack and Jill bathroom setup. It is an open floor plan. It's got upgraded features. It was an inventory home, so it has, you know, upgraded backsplash and flooring, and it is listed for $319,900. And my my sellers are very motivated. So we have other property that we're pursuing. So
Awesome. Anyone else? Debbie?
I have, it'll come on probably in a couple of days, I'm looking at because I need pictures. I've got 27-ish acres out on FM 1105 between Weir and Wahlberg, and it's gonna be 15,000 an acre. It's like 12,500. I won't say there's no restrictions, but it's just in the county, so it has just very, very limited restrictions.
Oh, it looks like our guest has joined us, so we'll finish that up here in a second. Rachel?
Oh, it says muted up there.
That's the KW Round Rock office.
Oh.
Can you hear us? We can't hear you. Should we?
Is this?
Yeah.
43, is that too loud?
No, yeah.
It was working earlier.
What about over there?
That's right.
There you go.
Yay!
There we go. We can hear you now.
So you can hear me, I can hear you like so quietly.
How about now?
I mean, I know you're yelling. I wonder if I get
this
off
move
and
closer?
come back in, if I can just do dial-in audio and that will help me hear you better. Can I try that?
Yeah, is this better?
Is this any better? Oh,
Oops.
just kidding.
The joys of technology.
No doubt.
Is she teaching it?
No.
No, it's John Prescott.
That's what I thought. That's why I was like,
Prescott, John Prescott.
she's
While we're waiting, Stephen, you had a listing that you want to talk about?
Oh, sure. For those people that are doing business in the Fort Hood area, I just took a listing, Walker Place. It's a 4-bedroom and a little over 1,700 feet. It's the least expensive home in the neighborhood at $169,000.
Man, that's a good price.
Nice. Yes.
I have one, it's actually been in MLS for a couple months, but it's a new build, and it's now getting to the point where it actually looks like a house. So
Okay.
you want to get her?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Gosh darn it, you guys are so quiet. I have all my systems on.
Can this move over here?
Let me try putting headphones in. Hold on. Hold the phone. Where did you get them?
Is this better?
Nope. I mean, I hear you really quietly. So I'm going to try plugging it in with my headphones. Hold on.
Can anyone guess what kind of car she's driving based upon that part of it?
I have no idea.
Neither do I.
That's a Toyota.
that's the
Oh, look at that. I can hear you. How exciting.
Sweet.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
Great. How about yourself?
I'm so good. Okay, so I'm coming to you guys live right now from Northern California.
Awesome.
Yeah,
We're here in the heart of Texas.
very cool.
I mean the heat of Texas.
Yeah, it's like when it gets to 101 degrees in California, people lose their minds. So, and we have dry heat. We don't have any humidity. So usually what I do is I kind of start out by sharing a little bit about myself, and then I emailed you guys a list of questions. Did you receive those?
We got them.
Fantastic. Okay. So
So if you're good, I'm gonna go ahead and share a little bit about myself, and then you guys can ask any questions you want on that list.
Perfect. Tell us about you.
All right, sweet. So my name is Rachel Adams Lee. I have been in real estate for about 6 years now. I started my business, I was working a full-time desk job at the time, and I was unlicensed. At that point in my life, I was in a really unhealthy marriage. And people always say like, oh, I'm paycheck to paycheck. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I am paycheck behind a paycheck, borrowing money from like family, friends, my mail lady, like literally anybody. And I didn't like where I was at in my life at that point, but I also did not know how to change it. So I heard about this class called Bold, and I was told it was kind of like a Tony Robbins, like rah-rah course, and I was like, I don't know about that. And I've never really done personal development work before. And I went to the first step of Bold, and Cody Gibson was teaching it. You guys know Cody?
Yes.
Awesome. So Cody was teaching it, and he said a quote that I will never forget. He said, change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. Change the way you look at things, and the things you look at change. And I was kind of stuck. I was in this scarcity mindset that I couldn't quit my job. It was safe. It was salary, right? So it was $15 an hour. And yet, what if I did quit my job? What if I was commission-based? Then there's no cap on how much money I could make, and I create my own destiny. So that was January 26th of 2012. I put my 2 weeks in that day. I remember that the room cleared out. I desperately wanted to take Bold, and it was $799. And as I told you guys, I'm behind paycheck to paycheck, every credit card max, and I didn't have it. And the room clears out, and I had this gut feeling that I needed to do this course, and I didn't know how I was going to do it. And a home inspector actually came up to me. His name's Russ Polio, and he came up to me and he said, hey, Rachel, I want you to know that I've watched you over these last couple of years manage that real estate office, and I am going to invest in you. And I was like, I don't know what that means. And he said, I'm going to pay for your round of gold. And I said, oh my gosh, there's no way I can take that. He goes, no. You can pay me back $200 out of every closed transaction. So it was funny. He goes, you're going to join Keller Williams. And I was like, okay. And he goes, and you're also going to learn about the win-win culture. So I'm going to pay your gold tuition. You can pay me back $200 out of every closed transaction. And then I hope you know where to send your home inspection. I was like, you got it, buddy. So that was February. So February 2nd of 2012, I started at Keller Williams. I took Bold twice that year. The first year in business was brutal. I door knocked 200 doors a week, and I did 3 open houses a week for the first 8 months. So let that totally sink in. So door knocked 200 doors a week, did 3 open houses a week for the first 8 months. It took me 4 months to close my first contract. So you know the grit it takes to work for 4 months in a row without results yet. And yet I was able to sell 39 homes my first year. Second year in real estate, I took Bold 2 more times, and I went from 39 transactions to 109 transactions. The third year was 123, and that's when I landed as Wall Street Journal's top 1,000 agent in the country. And I took Bold 2 more times that year. So I've now taken Bold 7 times. I have my own MAPS coaching course through Keller Williams, and it's all about kind of the steps to become a top 1,000 agent and learning the buyer process, the seller process, social media, all that. Social media is a huge way that I build my business. I sold 64 houses alone on Facebook last year. So that's my jam. And I just got married. I had my 1-year anniversary in June. And that is my story, my friends.
That's awesome. So tell me more about how you closed 64 deals off of Facebook.
So, you know, when I was early on in real estate, I realized that, with door knocking, I could knock on one door and have one conversation, but with social media, I could talk to thousands of people simply with the click of a mouse. And so when I would do an open house, right, I did 3 every week. So I would do an open house, and I would say, come see my open house. Now, I'm a brand new agent, no experience, and yet, perception's reality. People are thinking, who the heck is this blonde girl, and how does she have so much business? Reality, they weren't my listings, but I wasn't out of integrity. I wasn't saying, come see my listing. I was just saying, come see my open house. So that was my first indicator. The next thing that I did, and this is really what kind of catapulted us, is so we have 15 people on my team right now. 5 of those are admin, the rest are agents. all of our agents are able to work with buyers and sellers on our team. And what we did is we took, you know how in Keller Williams we have the E-Edge, the 33 touch. So we took the 33 touch and we sat down in kind of a board meeting, and I said, all right, you guys, who are we? What are we about? While I love the tool, the thing I love most about it is that it's customizable. Because reality is most real estate agents, most of us right now, we're deletable. I mean, if you're anything like me, the first thing you do in the morning is you go through your emails and you see who you can delete and what you can delete based off the subject line and who it's from. And most real estate agents are deletable. And so I looked at our 33 touch and I used that as a guideline for 33 ways, not that I could reach out to my people and say, do you want to buy, sell, or invest in real estate? Instead, it was, what is 33 ways that I can add value to the people out there? So one of the things we started doing, and this was huge through social media, is we started to just, I was obviously watching my profit and loss, so I started to do things that were free, that were very effective for getting people to want to connect with us. The reality for real estate is it is a relationship-based business, and we just happen to be in the business of buying and selling houses. So I kept thinking, how can I add value? So for example, in June, we Google where to watch the fireworks on the 4th of July. Now, if you guys go on my Facebook page, you're welcome to go on my Facebook page, and anything that I do that you like, I call it R&D, rip off and duplicate. If I have it, I do it, you want it, go for it, you can take it. So where to watch the fireworks on the 4th of July. So I Google the location, and then I go on a website called Canva. It's totally free, and if you guys don't know about it, this is a game changer for real estate. CANV as in Victor, A.com, so canva.com. And I made a cute little flyer. It said where to watch the fireworks on the 4th of July. I post that on Facebook on my personal page and our business page, and then we send it out. Now, the thing that you need to know with social media is obviously the point of social media is to have interaction. So people are going to like it, people are going to comment on it, and then most importantly, people are going to share it. Now, in my wording, I'm very specific, and I say that we take pride in knowing all things local because we are your local real estate experts. So if you're planning on watching the fireworks on the 4th of July, the Rachel Adams Group has you covered, right? And I do lots of fun emojis, and that gets shared. We do where to watch the Christmas tree lighting locations. That's a really good one coming up. We do, so our team slogan on our team is we live here, we work here, we're here for you. Because we live in the community, we work in the community, and we're here for the community. So one of the things that we do at Thanksgiving is we do a Thanksgiving canned food drive. This is a really good hack for you guys. So our goal is to grow our database, right?
Absolutely.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. So does anybody in that room door knock by chance?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
awesome. So when what happened is I was standing in line at the grocery store and I realized that I had an opportunity because in bold you're taught buy, sell, invest in real estate, buy, sell, invest in real estate, ask everybody. And I'm standing in line at the grocery store and the checker's there and I asked him if I could speak to his manager. And he's like, what did I do? I was like, no, you're good. Can I talk to your manager? So the manager comes out and I said, hey there, I am a local real estate agent and what I wanted to do, my goal this year is to help feed 25 families who might not be able to afford a warm meal for Thanksgiving. So it's around Thanksgiving, right? And I said, would you be willing to donate 100 brown grocery bags? And he was like, yeah, I guess so, like that's fine. So he gives me 100 brown grocery bags, thinking he'll never see me again, right? And I take those brown grocery bags. Now, as a team, we had a really fun day. We made our flyers on Canva. And again, you guys go on my Facebook, just search Thanksgiving Rachel Adams Lee, and you'll find this exact video and post that I'm talking about. But what we did is we had a really fun day where we took these flyers, we stapled them to these brown grocery bags, then we door knocked the neighborhood. And what it basically says is, hey there, my name's Rachel Adams Lee with the Rachel Adams Group at Keller Williams Realty. You know, we wanted to let you know that not only do we live in the community, but we work in the community, and it's really important for us to always make sure we're giving back. There are a lot of people who might not be able to afford a warm meal this holiday season, and so it is our intention to be able to feed 25 families. So we are doing a pickup from 12 to 4 on Friday. If you want to participate, please call this number. And that's the flyer, and it actually has a picture. Each agent on our team, they get it personal to them, so it's their headshot with like a little cute like Thanksgiving pilgrim hat on it, thanks to Canva. and we door knock the neighborhood. Now, what happens when I'm door knocking is I have the bag, and have you ever door knocked and you just feel so uncomfortable getting their information,
Yeah.
right? Because you don't want to bother them, or they're kind of awkward. So I have found a really good way to get through that objection. So I door knock the neighborhood, and I let them know, I say, hey there, my name's Rachel Adams with Rachel Adams Group, Keller Williams Realty, and we are your local real estate expert. It's really important for us to give back to the community, and so this year what we're doing is we are doing a canned food drive to collect enough food to help feed 25 families this Thanksgiving season. Now, a lot of your neighbors want to participate in this food drive. Did you want to as well? And then I hold out the grocery bag to them. And what happens when you hold something out to someone?
They want to take it.
They take it, right, exactly. So that's the first step. And then the second step is I say, okay, thank you, and the phone number's on here, so we're doing the pickup on Friday. All you have to do is give us a call, or you could leave it outside your door. And one thing I would love to do is I would love to be able to send you a picture of the family that you helped feed for Thanksgiving. Would you mind if I get your email address and your phone number? I'm telling you, you guys, it's called evidence of success, but people want to know that they're making a difference. And when you are the real estate agent, when you are the real estate expert who happens to live in the community, you also work in the community and you give back, you're the person they want to go to. Again, real estate is a relationship-based business. We just happen to be in the business of buying and selling houses. And so we've created a lot of different systems and tools around door knocking, around circle prospecting, open houses, all geared towards giving back to the community, and all of that's done through social media. So yes, we're door knocking, and with that social media, we did a massive campaign, you guys. We had all of us on video talking about what we were doing. Each agent, I wrote them a script, and they were able to go on Facebook, do a Facebook Live, share what they're doing, show the flyer, and say, I will come pick this up from you. Do you want to give back to your community? I want to be the person to help you do that. That's making a difference. We always talk about leaving a legacy, and for me, that's leaving a legacy.
That's awesome. So those things that you're doing now, would you say that Bold was a major contributor to that?
I mean, Bold is everything to me. I've taken it 7 times. Gary Keller says take it 10 times until you're a master. And I always have people say, like, why do you keep taking it? Like, you've already taken this. Like, this doesn't make any sense. And, the first time that I took Bold, it honestly was to learn the principles of real estate, right? Like the buying, selling process, scripts, objection handlers. The second time is because I wanted to grow a team. The third time, 100% was personal development. I needed to get through some challenging stuff I was going through personally, and every time I take Bold, I'm a different person when I take it, so I get something different out of it, and I don't always know what exactly I'm going to get out of it until I'm in it. And I always say that Bold is 80% personal development and 20% business growth, and the 20% is honestly a byproduct of you becoming a better person. And so, yeah, I mean, for me, Bold is a game changer. We have our whole team do it, and we have a team contract for a team. Every person on the team takes it once a year, because I know I took it twice a year, 3 years in a row, and then I was like, oh, I feel kind of overwhelmed. I skipped that fourth year. I didn't take Bold one time, and I felt it in my business. And so it was a huge indicator for me of results, that it really does create massive results. And the average agent gets, 7 to 12 pieces of business while they're in Bold. Like that's huge. I think every person could happily take on 7 new listings, right? 12 new listings.
Awesome.
Do you want to ask if they have any questions?
Do you guys have any questions
For Rachel?
How big is her team?
She said 15.
Yeah, there's 15 on the team, 5 are admin. We do not have an ISA. It's been fun to go through that process a few times. I don't know if anybody has ISAs. That's the most challenging role for us to fill. So we have 15 on the team, 5 are admin, and our agents all take listings, work with buyers, they circle prospect 2 hours a day. The standard on our team is that every agent will do 3 open houses a month. I did 3 a week, remember, but for them it's 3 a month. And the standard is they will close 2 transactions a month. The goal is obviously 3 or more. And they report their number 5 days a week. We use Boomtown as our CRM. I like that because I can customize all of my drip campaigns. And the 33 Touch that I told you guys about, we customize that. And in fact, what I can do, if anybody wants to email me the roster for your market centers, I will send you guys a copy of my 33 Touch campaign and then a bunch of other goodies, like my favorite door knocking script where we door knocked for 2 hours and got 4 listing appointments. And I can send that to you guys just so you have a slew of good info.
You'll have the roster today.
Okay, cool.
All right, let's give it up for her. Thanks so much for joining us.
How many of you are registered for Bold right now in the room?
We have three. We have 3 right now.
How many people are in that room?
4. No, I'm just kidding.
I would say we have about, what, 30?
We got about 30 people.
30 people.
Okay. You guys, if the first step is free, I would encourage you 100% participation. One of my favorite Bold quotes is, how you participate here is how you participate everywhere. And when I took Bold, I was 32 pounds overweight. I was financially in a bad situation, personally in a bad situation. I wanted more for my life and my business, and I genuinely feel like Bold is what gave me that kick. So it's free to do the first step, and when you're there, you'll know in your gut if it's right.
Awesome.
Last question. So what areas do you service there in California?
Oh, I'm in Northern California. So
Okay.
I'm in, if you know Sacramento, I'm in the Sacramento market. So my office is in Roseville, California, and then I work in Sacramento. If you guys have any referrals, I'd love to take care of you. And then I will be sending you all my information. And you guys, if you have specific questions on teams or commission splits or scripting is literally what I do all the time with my team. We do script practice 3 mornings a week. If you ever want to call in and script with us, you're more than welcome to. And, Keller Williams is a giving culture, so we're definitely a big part of that.
So if you go onto your Kelly app and type in the words, add Rachel Adams Lee to my referral network, it'll automatically take care of it for you. So.
Exactly. Love it.
All right. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks, guys. Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.
All right. Let's bring on our sponsor. Come on in.
Hey, can I announce one of my
Yes, please. Go ahead.
I have a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, 3.5 bath coming soon to the reserves at Berry Creek. It's going to be listed at $520. We should be putting it in the MLS beginning of next week. It has a lot of nice features like a barn door, that slides and
It's
stuff
a
like
recent Steve Klein built home. It's done extraordinarily well with
He builds a nice home.
pool and backyard area for barbecuing and stuff like that.
Yeah, smoker and
Awesome. Thank you.
Good. Yes.
Can I finish?
Please. You might want to start over just to refresh our
start
memory.
over.
It's a one that's under construction. It's in Quinn Creek Farms out in Walberg.
Okay.
And it's on a 3-acre lot, and it's a little under 3,100 square feet. 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, wood floor, tile. It's going to be all decked out. It's going to look like it's a farmhouse looking thing. And originally they were thinking it'd be finished middle of September. It looks like it'll probably be end of August.
Okay.
Who's the builder?
Pardon?
Who's the builder?
Jay Parker.
Awesome. And that's in Walberg.
It's in Walberg, and it's 545.
Nice. Awesome. Anyone else? Yeah.
I have it coming soon. It's on a little over 3 acres. It's just outside of Berry Creek, but it's outside the city limits. But it has city water, city sewer. It also has a water well for irrigation. It's 5 bedroom, 5 bath, about 4,800 square feet. Has a pool, hot tub, 4-car garage. You can walk to Berry Creek Tennis Club, and behind is a preserve, so there's no houses behind.
And when will it be active?
Next week.
Next week?
And price range, $888.
$888. All right. I like
And
it.
there are extras on the chair, if you guys can just pile them at the edge or pass them down. However, I would love to see all of you at First Step at least. And you can fill out this form, just sans the payment information, and just lay it on the side, and then that way we know that you're going to First Step.
I have 2 more coming soon.
Go ahead.
Are we
Take
still
them away.
doing that? I'm so sorry.
Sure.
Last 2.
I have 401 Stubblefield Lane. It's in Liberty Hill. It's an old 1940s sharecropper home.
Okay.
Sharecropper's home. It was expanded, or it had an addition added to it. Currently, it's a 4-bedroom, 2-bath with a study. 2 of the bedrooms are another addition to the home that are unfinished. So it's open for what anybody wants to do with it. It's stubbed and plumbed and ready to go. And they actually have flooring already there and some sinks. It is going on the market next week at $189.9.
Okay.
It's on almost a half an acre. It also has an outside workshop and a covered carport and fresh paint, new countertops, blah, blah, blah. Also, Golden Oaks coming soon, 302 Northwood, 214.9. It's a 3.2, about 1,300 square feet. Lots of really nice updates that they did with custom work, kitchen remodel. They just finished putting board and batten all around the 3 sides of the house. So it's so cute. Tons of curb appeal.
Good.
That'll go on the market on the 25th.
All right. Last one?
It's
Yes.
not coming soon, but for anybody who wants some, I'm starting out, so I'm making these fun little videos of properties. If anybody would like for me to come out and do one of those videos, I'd like to do the video 1 week next week, hold an open house.
Awesome.
So I don't have business person yet out, but I'm Brittany Graham on Facebook. If you add me, then you can come and see what I do.
Good. Awesome. Now, without further ado, let's give it up for our sponsor,
Jolene Coleman, Perry Homes.
Perry Homes. Take it away.
Thank you for having me. So first, I'll just say, since y'all have been talking about Bold, I was fortunate enough to sponsor the Northwest Bold this year, 2 days, and they asked me to stay, and I was able to just kind of sit in, and it was amazing. I mean, it helped me so much. It helped motivate me, get me back on track, just get more organized, and I do encourage y'all, if you can go, to go, because I found it to be a really awesome experience. So next, Perry Homes. I am out at Santa Rita Ranch. Has anyone been out there? Mm-hmm. Okay, awesome. Any feedback from anyone? What do y'all think?
Love it.
Okay, awesome. Well, I do too, and the thing that I love about it is the price point is great, 300 to 360 range. For my homes right now, they've got $9 million in amenities, state-of-the-art workout facility, resort-style swimming pool, trails, all of that stuff. It's amazing. Another really great thing that's going on with Perry Homes right now is any home, any inventory home that closes by August 31st, we've got a $3,000 realtor bonus on all of those homes, and then some homes have an additional $4,000 to $5,000 on top of that. Those are going to be in Deerbrook. And another, I guess, great thing that's going on right now is any of those homes that you think might be a fit for your clients, please reach out to me, because I'm able to work with you on any of those. And I know that you guys are the best, and I think y'all want to work with the best, so I would love to help y'all out and just be your point of contact for any of that, any of those homes, because I really do care. I love people, I love what I do, and I do my best to really work with my realtors and their clients and just make it an easy, fun experience. So, any questions for any of y'all?
Do you have a card or something?
Yes, and I have some flyers that I left on the back desk with my card as well, and it's got my inventory at Santa Rita and the information about the bonus as well. So I'll go ahead and just give you one of these anyway. So just have a little Starbucks card to give away today. Liz Sullivan?
Yay! Any other questions? All right, anything else?
Thank you for having me.
Great.
Thank you.
All right, last thing. Megan's having surgery tomorrow. Keep her in your thoughts and your prayers. They're going to finally fix that foot and make it work. Other than that, y'all have a wonderful week. Enjoy lunch. We'll see you later.